Hello everyone, welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a best of 5 played between DRG and Innovation. Bottom right here is going to be spawning as the red Terran, will be Innovation. Top left spawning as the blue Zerg is going to be Afrikas. DRG, I think it's pronounced DRG, not DRG, but that's okay. I don't think he will mind either way. DRG, very friendly guy. I think I lived with him even for a while. Not quite sure if I did. I stayed with Team Spenu in a Korean house at the end of 2015 for 2 months. But I think Dongregu might have joined just after I left. We lived with like 7-8 guys. MMA, Bomber, Billowy, Super, Alive, Keen, SGW, and Dongregu Ling, which was not actually Dongregu, but another version of his name. I feel like maybe Dongregu wasn't there quite yet, but doesn't really matter. It's weird that I can't remember who I lived with. So a solid 2 months. It was a lot of fun living in Korea. These guys bet over anything. So betting is kind of illegal in Korea, like betting for money or gambling, I should say. So instead what they do, they just constantly have bets with each other to kind of satisfy that urge. Instead of going to the casino. So I very often went out to eat with MMA and Bomber. And whenever we'd go out to eat, we'd usually play rock, paper, scissors for who would have to pay. And it's actually really sick. I think I went out to eat with them maybe 18 or 19 times. And Bomber didn't pay a single time. He never lost rock, paper, scissors. I've never seen something like this in my life. I was by far the poorest person after this. Like, I kept losing to them. It was so insane. I have absolutely no clue how it worked. Like, these guys, they've been practicing all their life, man, with rock, paper, scissors. It's not fair. Innovation, however, doesn't need no rock, paper, scissors. He's just going to be opening up standard triple CC. We see no second gas yet. And Innovation loves this build, alright? He plays this build like 90% of the time, honestly. It's insane. He just plays this build. He likes this build. Very often gets the refinery on the low ground at, I believe, 307. I think he gets it before he gets the starport, the gas. And then he starts 2 Hellions, then the gas, and then the starport afterwards. Usually, you see Tech Lab straight away coming down as well. You see 307 gas. Oh, he had the money for it. He's just slow. Maybe he wants the starport first. Hello? Innovation? What are we doing? He's skipping starport. And no second gas. Oh wow. I'm not actually sure what the difference is between all these variations. I guess he's gonna add another barracks first, so he's gonna get more marines quicker. He's gonna have a little bit more minerals as well, because he's delaying his second gas. I guess he doesn't really want a starport unit in this case. He's just going to delay that even further. Now, he does have 2 very fast Hellions, or just 2 regular timed Hellions. So it's Reaper, Hellion, 2 more Hellions on the way. He's going to be able to force at least an Evo chamber there with those 2 Hellions. Now, if we look at the Dongregu build here, what do we have? We have 3 queens out, or 4 queens out, 2 more on the way, 1 in the main, 1 in the third base. Going to be going up to 6 queens for now. We see a 7th queen being queued up as well, so standard 7 queen play here coming out of Dongregu. So we have 2 more barracks on the way and reactor being built with this factory. Was this 4? Yeah, this was 4 cars total. Double eBay going down. Second gas is mining from the wrong side. Is this closer by than here, you think? It looks closer, but I'm not sure if it actually is. This looks very close by. Maybe it is the case. I don't know. In that case, maybe with two SCVs you could mine it. That would be the ultimate play. Now we have extra gases coming down here as well. 3-rack port going down. And we see another reactor being built. This factory builds 4 cars, then builds 2 reactors. And then I think he's going to decide, like, hey, do I want my tanks? Do I want my mines? A lot of the time these days, we just see Terrans opening up with blind mines every single game, honestly. Hydra Bane kind of falling out of fashion. Having a couple of mines against it initially is not too bad. Roach builds are basically non-existent as well, so these early tanks really aren't as common as they used to be anymore. We sometimes still see it, but most Terrans just preferring quick Widow mines. Now, 4 cars haven't really been able to achieve much, right? Like, that's not really their task. They want to deny a little bit of creep. Did they manage to do that? Killed 2 creep tumors, and And from there on out, you just want to really start working with those cars as a way to defend run-bys with. Perhaps you use them and to morph them into Hellbat with your first push, but I don't really see it happen. I mean, it's only 4 cars. If it's like 8 cars, then that makes more sense, but 4 cars not going to make that massive of a difference. We see first 2 medevacs are on the way. Stim has finished. Combat Shield not started yet, as 1-1 is halfway done here for Innovation. Donregu opened with double Evo before layer, and he's going to be getting Baning speed after this. We see 6 gas down already, so this is going to be going into Mutalisk. If this is 5 gas, it's going to be Hydra Bane. If it's 3 or 4 gas, a lot of the time we're just seeing pure Link Bane. In that case, you'd see a faster 5th hatchery as well. Couple of tells for you guys to remember next time you want to impress your friends with your knowledge. Now, meanwhile, Innovation going up to 2 more barracks. Should be seeing a second factory go down soon. 2 medevacs, I think, did get spotted by 2 links already on the map. Let's see what the positioning of the units here is going to be for Donregu. Is there anything in the main base? There's a single Spore, single Queen. Double Overlord is, of course, going to be able to spot whatever happens. No Ling run by on the map for now. It's a little bit odd to see. We see the 4 Hellions at home, like I said, just mainly being used to deny any type of run by or potential run by. Donregu is going to go up to 7 gas already. We see Spire going down in that natural base. 1-1 finishes up, immediately starts 2-2. It's going to be catching up with those upgrades of Innovation. Now, this is kind of a big deal, losing those 2 Hellions, because this means he's going to need to keep more units at home to deal with Ling run bys. What is... Oh my god. I feel like if he actually would have continued the run by there, that would have been very big. These Links are going to meet the tank and a bunch of Marines. Got to take a lot of damage. Micros them a couple of times. If he actually would have gone in, I think he would have been able to probably kill 6-7 SCVs here and probably force a pull as well. He already is on 75 workers, which is a good count of workers. Ideally want to be expanding over here already as well. Creep threat has stalled a little bit ever since that early game. Link's going to be used to pick off reinforcements here. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be used as a flank instead. We see Banelings not really connecting, honestly. 4 more Banelings are here. Don't get targeted down and get big hits, but there's not that much left anymore here for Donregu, who is 1k in the bank. Is capable of building a bunch of mutas if he wants to. Doesn't really seem to have the larva, though. 9 larva popped right now. Should be Mutalisk. No, it's going to be Lynx instead. Is afraid of dying. You really can only build Mutalisk once you kind of shoo away this push. You tell him, hey, piss off, buddy. I have better things to do. But as long as that isn't the case, he's not really going to be able to get the Mutalisk. And his larva count still is extremely small, which is an issue for him. 3 more Overlords on the way. Are we missing injects? No, injects are popping right now. We're going to see what's being built here. What's the Baneling count? 15, 6 more on the way, 30 more Links on the way. And here goes Donregu once again, just from one direction. Tanks not getting the big shots on the Banelings this time. That was a slight missed detonation there, though, by DRG. It's going to be flying forward with these Banelings on creep. Get good connections on the Marines. 2 more Queens are being morphed as well. Good transfuses going down. I feel like Inno might just win here, honestly. He's has a fort base back at home. He has tanks on the way, with double tank production on the way, actually. It just kills the fort base 7 workers, and right now he's actually up 6 workers, which means DRG is practically all in at this point, and he's dying at home. He's 2k gas in the bank. Oh. This is painful to watch. 2k gas in the bank. Had the potential for 20 Mutalisk if he only had the minerals as well. Yeah, he's just floating so much money during this entire fight, honestly. He's just constantly been having 1k in the bank. He just can't spend his gas. Maybe missing a couple of injects earlier on, or not finding the time to build these Mutalisk to spend his money. Oh, I still feel like that Ling run by here that lost him like 10-15 Lings was really a big deal. If he would have been able to get that in the 3rd base, that helps a lot. There was a time where a Ling run by probably could have picked up some reinforcements, like 4 Marines and a tank there. I mean, right now, Innovation is just up 40 supply. He's going up to 3-3. First Muta's coming out at around the 10-minute mark. There's 6 Banelings and 35 Lings. I mean, DRG can't really do anything here. This Marine drop is going to be too hard to stop already. Queens, I think, won't be good enough just by themselves. Innovation has 2 split armies, and I think both of these split armies are good enough to beat the entirety of the army that DRG currently has. First queen goes down, second queen falls immediately as well. Third queen, no transfuse being used to pick up. On these medevacts we have a single marine shooting at this, the X4th base, now the 5th base. 7, 8 more muralisks on the way, still 1600 gas in the bank here for DRG. Casual 1k float coming out of Inno right now as well. Throws down a CC, couple of extra Rexes. Gonna be with Tech Labs, Thor coming down, second Thor starting as well. I mean, this is a 5 tank army with +1. We see a crap ton of marines as well. 51 marines in this army, and there's still only 6 banelings. Target fire, not quite brilliant out of Inno, but I think with the supply lead that he currently has, it won't really matter. 10 banelings do remain. Positioning here on the ramp is a little bit awkward, honestly. As, we see these marines kiting on the right side. And these marines just have a free game, basically. They can shoot whatever they want. Once again, no target fire on the banelings, but it's not going to be good enough here for DRG, who has to tap out with 1k gas still in the bank. GG gets set, and Innovation wins game number 1. Yes, guys, game number 2 between DRG and Innovation, live here on the Harstem channel. Unbelievable. If you've been enjoying the show, keep enjoying it. Nice. Depot going down here for Innovation. Second. Oh, no, this is the first Overlord. I can't count. What else do we have? A couple of drones mining. Nothing big, right? Jagannatha, though. Look at this map. Bam, bam. Line base. Bam, bam. Triangle base. Bam. Base you never want to take because it's impossible to stop, and this high ground is insane with a tank up here or a tank up here. And no flank possibility. There's some flank possibilities. This map has some really nice tank positions. Look at this. Put a tank here, shoot this gas. Useless, but pretty fun. Put a tank here, shoot this gas. This is a very common position. I put like a tank here, right, tank here, and then boom. They start kind of messing with you. Put their marines up here, bang, bang, bang. No chance for you, man. This map is crazy for Terran. I love it. Absolutely love it. I wonder if we're going to see Mura again, and hopefully he's going to be able to spend his money a little bit better, because last game was a bit pathetic. It's really sad to see these guys die with 1k in the bank, you know. That could have been a good game that got dropped by us because DRG forgot the macro. Now, this time around, I'd be surprised if we're not seeing the same thing. Freaking Innovation plays the same build 7 games in a row, gets surprised when he gets hard countered. I love it. But for real, I think we're just going to see the same thing. He almost always plays exactly the same build a bunch of times in a row. And then he'll throw in one curveball and then go back to doing what he does best. It's crazy. SCV scout as well, so keeping it safe, keeping it cool. Making sure he doesn't get tricked by any pool first, doesn't get tricked by any roach rushes, doesn't get tricked by any weird proxy hatches either. Sees the hatchery timing, is like, alright, I know enough, goes back home, doesn't even care about blocking the natural, or the third base. He's like, you know what, I don't need that. I don't need that, is what he says. He says, the only thing I need is a Reaper, 2 Hellions, and my 3rd CC before my 2nd gas starts. These are the things that Innovation wants in life. And if he has those things, he doesn't care about anything else. I'm just intensely looking at the minimap right now, making sure there's no 2nd gas going down, so I don't look like a fool. Boom, boom. No 2nd gas after 230. There we go. Do it, Inno. Oh my god. Now that's beautiful. Now that's beautiful. This is art, my friends. This is art. Now, you could be thinking, well, why don't the Zergs just hard counter this? But it's pretty difficult to hard counter because it's a reactive build as well. I mean, he can have different reactions. Also, just because he plays triple CC doesn't mean he plays the exact same follow-up every single game, because he doesn't. He simply does not play the same build every single game. Sometimes he gets the faster starport, sometimes he, I don't know, gets faster 2nd barracks like last game and faster 3rd barracks. This game, however, does once again look to be that fast triple racks into starport. A lot of marines. Tech lab, stim immediately going down. Yep, there we go. Reaper might want to kill himself here. Well, he doesn't really want to die, but sometimes you have to die for the greater good. As you can see, this Reaper is the Harry Potter of the Terran army. Oh. 1 HP left. Did get a full scout, so sees no Road Warren in the main at least. Saw no layer either. I think he's going to be pretty happy with this. We see 4 cars once again. Going to be going into those double Rexes. Bang. This is looking hella spicy. Second gas going down as well at this point. And yeah, I mean, nah, this is not going to work. It's going to be losing a car here. Evo chamber goes down. And 8 links get produced. In my mind, this shouldn't do very much, and it's gonna lose him all of his map control. I mean, he forces a full worker pool, and you could say, well, that's not too bad, Kevin. But actually, yeah, that is pretty bad. No, wait, sorry, no, you're right. Yeah, it's not too bad. Losing 4 cars, however, is pretty bad, because right now creep spread is gonna be absolutely insane. There's nothing stopping him from spreading creep. There's nothing stopping him from setting up run buys. Innovation is completely blind as to what is happening. He hasn't even seen the double evos, but because he hasn't seen a layer on the main or the natural, he probably knows it's not a quick layer. Like, so no quick muta garbage, no quick hydra. No, that's not a thing, or quick baling speed. No, it's just going to be your standard 1-1 into layer. Big supply block coming out of DRG, which is impressive because nothing is really happening on the map right now. Well, it's not impressive. Sounds like I'm flaming DRG, but I think he's actually one of the best CVTers in the world right now. Just the last game was a little bit unfortunate. These bad boys are gonna swap. Whoop. What did you build? Another barracks? 4 barracks already, man. He gets barracks very fast. What a guy. I want a 5th barracks as well. Build it. 3, 2, boom. Reactor. Oh my god, I love it when he does this. Oh, innovation, you absolute chat of a man. 16 Marines are out, 17 Marine comes in as well, 1-1 halfway down. Fort base on the way, creep spread looking spicy here. Looking very, very spicy. Now don't forget, there is no anti-run by squad, which means moving out with the first 2 medevacts is going to be risky, or riskier than normal. Run bys are a real threat. Depot wall is starting, but this is nowhere near being done. Innovation knows that, of course. He's going to be moving across the map rather than flying. Wants to cover some ground here. Takes out an overlord. He has a bunch of marines here rallied to the depot. Combat shield's about to finish up as well. We have a hydra. Then you see 5 gas. Hydra then, like I said last game. There's these really easy tells that can tell you all these things, and all you need to do is just look at them. I didn't look at it this game. I could have predicted it. Sad. 2 more tumors going down here. See the medevacs flying towards that left side. Second factory coming down. Man, I feel like innovation is just macroing on steroids in this game. He doesn't really care about doing any damage. He's like, I'm just going to sit back a bit, get a crap ton of units, and once my 1-1 finishes, that's where we're going to be doing some damage. Has Widow Mines as well, finishes this wall, which means he's going to have a way better idea of where run bys are going to be coming from. Except if he barely misses this, of course. This is a massive run by. So this is no peanuts, you know. This is big stuff. He's gonna send a lot of links into the natural. I wouldn't mind if he goes with a couple of links to the 3rd. Yeah, there we go. This is really bad for innovation. Needs to come back with absolutely everything. 3, 5, 6 workers already going down. Mines do a little bit of damage, but 13 workers have gone down. More workers are going to end up falling here. 16 workers went down as this is really because of the Hellions in the early game. Don't forget that these Hellions are so vital to keep alive, or you need to do so much damage with them. 27 workers go down. I mean, this is... holy crap, this is just too much. Turrets were built completely expecting Mutalisk here rather than the Hydralisks that are being built. Double factory drilling claws. I mean, this is as all in as it gets right now for innovation. He is building workers behind this, but he's almost on half the worker count now. Still pretty similar income because he threw down 5 mules. Of course, mules, the great equalizer. We have a mine drop. I mean, if he wipes out 3 mineral lines completely, he might have a chance. But if he gets like 12 workers, I'd be like, that's nice, but you know, it's not. He doesn't even have drilling claws yet. This is not gonna do anything. It's absolutely useless. Look at this. Yeah. Man, you're playing against DRG, not against me. Yeah, it's gonna get about 5 workers. 5-6 workers. It's gonna have an overseer ready, most likely. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna get all of these mines for basically free. I mean, 5 workers against 4 mines at this point. DRG is gonna be really happy with that trade. Inno doing a good job staying close though in income for now, and actually has a lot of supply. I'm surprised by this. Now, you see DRG is trying to push him back. The creep threat is absolutely insane. Once again, 4 mines heading towards one of them bases. There's no spore in this base, but there's no units at home. So the no spore is going to be nice, but what's nicer is that DRG is just going to walk over him and basically straight up win. Over here, going to tie up the series 1-1 as Innovation GG's out. And we'll be going into a game number 3. Yes, hello. Welcome back to game number 3 here between Innovation and Dongregu. I'm not sure why I say welcome back. Well, I cut the videos. I know it's gonna be like 2 seconds. I wasn't even really gone. I sat in front of my computer the entire time waiting for the game to load. So neither of us left. I'm not sure why I say welcome back. I'm gonna keep doing it though. I'm a man of tradition. You know who's also a man of tradition? Innovation. If he doesn't take the second guess, we know what's gonna happen. Look at this. Bam, bam, more predictable than a clock. Da, 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 da. Smoke on the Water. And by Queen. It's one of their most famous songs. I still feel like Hotel California is probably the best Queen song, but Smoke on the Water is a close second. Now, we see this tumor going down, no problem of course. Queen in the main. Queen in the natural. Queen on stage. I watched the Queen movie the other week. I say the other week, I mean like a year and a half ago. I actually watched it twice. I was flying somewhere and I watched it on the way there and then I watched it on the way back again. Because the music selection in the plane was awful. I figured I'd just listen to some Queen tunes. Not a bad movie, but you know, it wasn't quite it either. My dad said the movie was, he absolutely loved it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was necessarily that great. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Different opinions on that. It's allowed. I'll allow it, you know. Sometimes he's wrong, sometimes he's right. That's what my dad is. Ooh. This is a gas before barracks 2 and 3. Now, I have no clue what that means. But I bet we're going to see. He's getting 2 more cars as well than he did in any of the other games. So maybe we're gonna see some different things here. 6 cars, maybe 8 cars. It is possible. He's gonna send 2 cars to the left side. There's no overlord there actually. He's gonna sneak kill 1 or 2 drones. I can feel it. I sometimes do this as well. I usually lose my Hellions and kill nothing though. What is this? Just 6 cars? Yeah, just 6 cars. So the only difference is that he built 6 cars rather than 8. And yeah, that's just it actually. That's kind of intense. I like that. Double E-base. Man, DRG really likes these Evo chamber, this Evo chamber play. He sacrificed a link probably or something. CC is floating over already. That's very, very quick. Now, Hellions are being kept alive this time around, which I like more. That was my main criticism of Innovation last game. The moment you lose these Hellions, it just kind of becomes gambly to move out. Especially with the first 2 or the first 4 medevacs. Usually you want to do that 2-2 split or, you know, 2 medevacs left, 2 medevacs right, clear some creep. But it's very difficult if there's links on the map, you don't have Hellions at home. That's really the beauty of having a bunch of Hellions. Now, I don't know what the hell this is, but this seems insane. He's gonna snipe this Overlord, isn't he? And then defend it with the Hellion. Oh my god, this is... I love this. This is extremely risky. Like, there's nothing at home. Yeah, links. This is so risky. What the heck is this, you know? Oh, I mean, he's still gonna lose all of his links. Or all of these Marines. I loved it, but... Yeah, these... DRG was like, well, if you move all your Marines across the map... There's probably not gonna be a lot of Marines at home, is there? I mean, killing an Overlord is nice, but I'm not sure if it was worth 5 Marines 3 workers and a full pool on the natural. Armory goes down as well. We're going to be seeing a Hellbat push with this, as it's slightly too early to start at 2-2. There's still 5 cars alive, not 6. Yeah, I think this is going to be a Hellbat push on this 4th base. How many queens are? Holy crap. 10 queens? What has he been smoking? 10 queens. Actual drug addict. Just one more. Queen addict. Look at that. 1-1 about to finish up. Lair on the way. Baneling Nest about to finish up as well. We have 7 queens in the front. Man, most people don't even have 7 queens in total. They play 6. Look at this guy. Bam. Bunch of banelings as well. Ready for the push, truly. As this Overlord gets to die another day. Maybe in a second or 10. Look at the cash for DRG here. Once again, only playing 5 gas. We're going to be going into that Hydra then. I mean, if this is already the supplies with while floating 2k minute or 2k resources, I think Inno is just going to be in a bit of trouble the moment that DRG actually manages to spend his money. As a run-by setup as well, I like that. I really do like that. 7 more banelings, baneling speed starts, 2-2 starts for both players. Marines on the edge of the creep, of course, going to try to deny any future creep tumors, and also will be here to make sure that these rocks don't get killed. Hellion's going to be finding a spot on the left side to try and perhaps do some damage. Shouldn't really be possible though. Does Overlord see it? No, it doesn't. Link Bane run by. Gets spotted. But I mean, just a stim is not going to be there. Once again, this is going to be costly. These Banelings. Oh no, they're stuck. He would have been able to get so many SCVs otherwise if they weren't stuck. Oh, yo. He's going to get almost no SCVs in this case. He's going to get only 2. 6 in the end. Could have been better, could have been worse. Is there a Hydra then yet? I feel like I've seen a Hydra then already. Yeah, there we go. Still 2-2 upgrades. Usually you see some range upgrades as well when people play Hydras. Centrifugal Hooks is about to finish up. CC got built on the location. Innovation likes his money a lot. Second factory for that double tank production +1 attack as well here. Creep spread has been denied very well around that 4th base area. Rocks are still up as well. Here comes a run by into the 3rd base. I like that a lot. I wouldn't mind to see DRG go up to 81, 82 workers at this point. Sure, 74 is a nice worker count, but guess what? 10, 12 more workers is going to be even better, even nicer. You can't fight this, DRG. You can't fight this. You know that, buddy. You know that. You know you can't fight that. Don't even try it. 5 Hydras finally on the way. No infestation pit yet. No lurker then. No nothing. Worker count is simply too low here. The worker count that we're seeing currently for DRG is simply too low. He needs more dudes. I don't think he can engage into this. Off 3 good tank shells. Gonna clear 5, 6 banelings there for free. Might have lost 1 or 2 marines. 3, 4, 5, 3, 5. We'll say 5 marines. Oh, here the tanks are unsieged. Oh, Inno actually gets called out a little bit here. Not thinking that Pure Link Bane was going to be able to trade this well and be this ballsy of creep, I guess. 175 supply against 140 at this point. Innovation moving forward with it. I don't like that the tank is with this army, but I mean we'll have to live with it. This bottom base might just fall. We saw 10 more drones finally being built. 81 workers now against 72. God, these queens are never gonna die, are they? Neither are the marines, because the queens don't have actually any damage output, but oh, this is the advantage of having tank queens. Later on you can just stall forever with transfuses, basically. Are we gonna see an explosion on this planetary? It is possible. So a lot of Banes right there, huh? That's a lot of Banes. Not here with the army. Big run by being set up while DRG decides to fight in the middle. Not a fan of that. There's no Banes with this army except these 7, 8. Now being reduced to 3, 4. A bunch of Banes are being morphed in. 3rd base of Inno needs to lift. needs to get out of there. No target fire with this tank, and a lot of SCV should go down here. If this gets micro, the base goes down on the left side as well. Top right is already taken for DRG though. I'm surprised he isn't going into this mineral line. I'm really surprised. I think he could have gotten 10, 12 more workers here if he had micro. That's slightly better, of course. He was busy at home building banelings, making sure he doesn't die. Right now he's also at 88 workers against 66. Hive is on the way. There's going to be one timing here for innovation. If he doesn't lose all of his tanks. No, it's going to lose a bunch of his tanks. Matter of fact, gets damaged as well. I was going to say, once he hits 3-3 and gets like a decent tank count, there's actually not that much creep. And because his work count wasn't too big, I was like, maybe he can just push with a maxed army and being up 2 upgrades. I think that would be pretty cool. Don't forget, against Hydras, he's up like 2 complete upgrades at this point. He could be up 3 upgrades once his +3 attack finishes. How many Hydras is there? There's 9 Hydras, 7 banelings. Main damage output still going to be those banelings. Once again, another run by. Man, he's absolutely insane with these run by. So consistently sending in units. It's beautiful to watch. No 5th CC here yet for innovation. Wouldn't mind if it gets built here and he starts expanding towards the right side. Kind of use it as a launching point for all your attacks. Tank here on the high ground is going to deny all the creep over here. And then this type of base is going to be a lot harder to keep for DRG. This drop is flying into the main base. Vipers. Parasitic bomb gets cast on one of these medevacs, and innovation's gonna lose it actually with the Marines. I didn't think he would, man. Parasitic bomb does a lot of damage. Banelings gonna bust this depot. Lynx try to flood in, but see a bunch of units are like, yeah, maybe another day. Not this time around. Not this time around. 11 more banelings on the way as well. Here comes Inno with a big push. 3-3 is done. There is Vipers though, so the tanks aren't going to be as useful as they would have been pre-Viper. I don't think he ever would have been able to hit pre-Viper with 3-3 though. Usually hit pre-Viper with a 2-2 push, and with a 3-3 push you're really just working with a small upgrade lead. And then the opponent, in favor of having faster upgrades, just is getting like 3-4 Vipers, 2-3 Vipers. He's going to be able to Blinding Cloud tank lines, going to be able to pull tanks forward. Got to be extremely careful as the Terran. Now we have a run by going towards the left side base. That's not going to be a cancel. That's a big deal. If that would have been a cancel, it would have been really nice for DRG here. DRG looking at engaging into this position. That shouldn't really work. Once again, full unsiege coming out of Inno. He keeps fully unsieging every single time. Where's these Vipers? Okay, 2 Vipers do have full energy. Gonna be moving towards this army. Ling flank. No. Ling run by. Yes. 2 tanks should go down. No, instead goes straight for the workers. Big engagement at the same time here on the right side. Good Blinding Clouds. Hydra's pushing out a lot of damage as well. Banelings destroying the tanks. You don't see that every day. There we have this base being taken, this left side base being taken, but only 63 workers remaining against 89. 1.2k still in the bank here for DRG, who's completely maxed. He's getting +3 carapace and another Viper as well, as he's not happy with just a single Viper. Lots more links here rolling in. +3 attack, couple of spines coming down. We see continued upgrades coming out of innovation as well, but the main problem here for Inno is that he just A, doesn't really have the worker count, and B, he doesn't really have the army either. I mean, his army isn't great quality. He's finally adding in some marauders, but these tanks are getting countered by the Viper real well. Creep spread is really the only thing where Inno's been doing a good job, and I can honestly say, hey, if there was a lot of creep spread here, I'd probably just straight up call the game, but because the lack of creep spread, it's gonna be a little bit harder for our friend DRG to actually kill bases, and as I say that, he's gonna kill probably 2 bases. That's fantastic. 1 base already went down on the left side. This third base is at least being lifted. 58 workers against 85. You have more links running in towards the natural, and DRG is like, well, if I kill like 10 workers, then yeah, that's definitely going to be worth it. And he is killing 10 workers. He is killing way more than 10 workers. He's killing 28 workers. He wants to force another lift on this base. There's no adrenal glands on the way yet. 15 more workers on the way. Gonna go up to 96. I'd love to see a lurker then here. just to add that safety. So good in these low eco situations where people use almost exclusively mules, is to get these lurkers out. They're extremely useful, I have to admit. Instead it's going to be an Ultra Disc Cavern. Now I don't see that a lot. Ultra Disc Cavern from a Hydra composition, but maybe I'm a little bit out of touch there. Complete move on creep. I mean, this fight is just going to be a Blinding Cloud. Bailing's Roll, another run. This is a millionth run by into the natural. It feels like the CC isn't even going to be lifted. It dies. I mean, we have units here, but it really should not be enough. GG gets called as DRG. DRG takes the lead 2-1. Yeah, here we are, game number 4 between Don Regu and Innovation after a fantastic game last. This was the best game that DRG played, by the way. That Romanticide game was absolutely beautiful. Constant run-bys, busting open walls, realizing when there was weaknesses, counting units. Just like, hey, if there's this many units here, there can't be that many units there. Of course, starting with that Overlord snipe from Inno, and from that point on, just run by after run by after run by after run by. Absolutely no chance, honestly, for Innovation in that game. I don't think DRG ever was in any serious trouble. Now, the one thing we do have to note is that whenever DRG does these things, his creep spread is the thing that suffers. So you could say, well, these guys are so good that they can do everything at the same time, but no, of course not. It's not possible. You can't constantly be controlling a run-by group and be spreading creep as well as you normally would if you weren't doing that. So there's obviously going to be some downside of it all. And that's important to remember, that you could ask, hey, why doesn't everyone just play like this? Because if you're playing against a very passive opponent, you're constantly working towards these run-bys, your creep threat is just going to be a lot worse. And this only really works once you're seeing move outs, that you can start sending these in and microing these run-bys very well. Now, 4th game in a row, we have the triple CC. Let's see if there's any variation that we haven't seen before. Perhaps a faster second guess, perhaps with a starport, but perhaps we're just going to be seeing the 4-car, the return of the 4-car. I mean, it worked well the first time, right? The 4-car, tried to keep them alive, and then fast extra barracks. I'm curious to see if DRG is going to have a similar opener as last game with those 10 queens. It's going to be able to defend the early pressures very easily. So this Reaper is having a blast, just scouting around. Throws down a grenade here, pops in and out. And knows the timings of the speed and knows that it's not done yet. A couple of hits here on that Reaper. Is not gonna go down, hopefully. No, gets the jump down and should join up quickly with the initial 4 cars. As you see, a reactor being built with a factory on the production tab and 2 extra barracks on the way. So we're just gonna be following this Reaper. The adventures of Randy the Reaper. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Randy the Reaper had a great Terran house. Randy the Reaper was not afraid of the mouse. Randy the Reaper and his alien friends. Randy the Reaper. Na 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 na. It'll be a kid show. Follow the Reaper and his adventures. A bit like Blue's Clues, but less lame. Blue's Clues was a mediocre show. People who liked that show must have been pretty dumb. No offense. The show just wasn't that good, you know? I remember the first time I watched it, I think I was like 15, and I solved all the puzzles really easily. I found all the clues. Same with Dora the Explorer, man, that was a joke, that show, what the hell. I always saw immediately where everything was and what item was needed from the backpack. I feel like these shows are made for kids sometimes. So like when I watch them, I mean, it's just too easy. But yeah, odd. Double Evo Chamber. Once again, these guys just play the exact same things. And then just into the mid game, there's going to be some variation. But I mean, the early game, we have no real variation here whatsoever. That's why I'm telling you all about Blue's Clues and Dora the Explorer. I mean, there's just not that much going on. A couple of mules are raining down from the sky. These Hellions did absolutely nothing. You have rocks being taken down by the Lynx right here. You have a Baneling that's going down at the 3rd base here for DRG. as well. Very late Baneling Nest. 7 queens only this time. Doesn't give a crap about 3 extra queens. Like, I don't need that. I can work with 7, I'm fine. It's a lot more standard. I mean, we had a game last week, I think it was, where we saw Rainer go up to 16 queens against Maru on Romanticide as well. So maybe Romanticide is just a good map for a lot of queens. I'm gonna ask Rainer about that actually. I'll pause. Alright guys, we've got our answer. I'm gonna resume the game. So what Lambo said is that it's not dependent on the map. It's gonna be dependent on basically what opener your opponent does. And openers with a lot of marines, like triple CC, fast double barracks, rather than going early starport and more cars, more queens is better. He said 10 is a little bit of overkill, unless you are playing Ling Bane. And that's exactly actually what Dongregu was playing on Romanticide. He was playing heavy Ling Bane for a very long time and only mixing in the Hydras really quite late. Remember, these early fights were all just pure Ling Bane, and I guess queens for the defense. Lambo said they're very useful for the tank pushes as well. So we got our answer. It's really nice to be able to just message people and ask things. That's great. So yeah, nothing to do with the map. He stated that multiple times. He was very close to calling me an idiot, but he managed to, you know, he has good control over his emotions, so he didn't call me an idiot. He just explained it very patiently, like I'm 5, and like I didn't just completely blast Blue's Clues before this recording. So once again, DRG going into Spire here. Just like in game number 1, this time of 7 gas already. And this time his mineral count is a lot lower than before. Still has a lot of gas before he gets any mutas out. But that's actually kind of normal, so I don't mind it. He wants to clear this because he wants to... needs to be careful. Do you just blast this with 3 Banes or do you wait for your Overseer? I would have blasted it with 3 Banes, let me tell you that much, my friends. There's going to be some mutas on the way now. So this is the thing that he wasn't capable of doing. I think it was Death Aura, right, the first map, where he was just struggling so much with getting mutas out, or cleaning that first push to finally get those mutas out, and now he succeeded. And now the game immediately changes in tempo as well, because mutas are going to be harassing. I don't think Innovation is quite aware that it is Mutalisk. He definitely is not aware that it is Mutalisk. He's just getting triple mine production already right now. He has a lot of scans saved up. Good marine movement here. Going to be able to catch a lot of these Zerglings. Mutas did get spotted now. Turrets. No turrets going down. Okay, Fort CC is going down. Push forward here out of Inno. Inno's feeling it. He is he's feeling the power here. He's got the magic in him. Link's moving forward, try to detonate some of these mines. Doesn't quite work. Baneling count is running low. 10 more are on the map. But I'm not quite sure if that's going to be enough for now. There's 14 Mutalisk out already. 7 gas, wouldn't mind seeing an 8 gas, 3-4 more workers. Of course, he wants to get rid of this army first before he does that. Decent mine shots. Not the greatest. I thought this mine was going to hit big, but wasn't all that big altogether. DRG pushes this back and takes a pretty commanding supply lead of 7 whole supplies. And I look at the supply and I see 7. I'm like, nice. And another even again. Ridiculous race there. And unbelievable. Butches fight after fight. But it don't matter no more. 7 mines. What is this? 11 medevacs. Wow, wow. Wowie, wee wah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 3, plus 3. What's the muta count there? 18. Alright, 18 mutalisks. The problem here is always that there's going to be a very long time at which the Zerg is behind in upgrades. And they need to win some of the time, of course, by doing muta harass, but they also just need to take good fights. And in order to take good fights, you need a lot of creep. And these are things that these Mutalisks all provide. They provide space to spread creep. They provide space to be tagging into Hive. They could be saying if he wouldn't spend so much money on freaking Mutalisk, his Hive would already be done. He'd be blasting out the 3/3 upgrades, Ultra Cavern on the way. That's true, but he also would be struggling way more with drops. So it's really just a, you know, it's a bit of a trade-off here. Now this base is gonna fall. There's a 5th base on the way on the left side, but this base dying actually is kind of painful. He does need to clean this up, and he's gonna be able to get a pretty decent cleanup here, I have to say. Gets a couple of medevacs at least. Innovation is holding on strong in this game. Extra command centers being built here as well. Wait, what the hell happened here? Did I miss a Baneling run by? Oh! So powerful against these Mutalisks. A lot of medevacs here, 12 to be exact. I feel like the supply for innovation is very high, but I don't see a lot of units out currently. So a lot is still being produced. There's only 5 mines right at this moment. I wouldn't mind see him go up to 10, 12 mines, but he seems to skip mine production for now. There we go. Continues once again. Yeah, I guess a lot of it is just in medevacs. I mean, 14 medevacs. There's almost 30 supply in medevacs. It is 28 supply in medevac. Then he has, what, 2 Thors as well. He doesn't actually have that much room for Marines. I think he shouldn't continue building medevacs, but this is more of a habit than anything else, of course. Good scan forward, mines trying to burrow, decently split as well. I wonder if the DPS behind this army is enough. 5th and 6th base being taken simultaneously. This army gets completely blasted in the middle of the map, but it's gonna allow innovation to push forward here. Another scan, not available maybe, you know? No, he has plenty of scans. He has plenty of scans. He's not losing using a lot of music. I would love another scan. He needs to clear this creep. I mean, there's just 2 mine shots available here. Banelings are running through, gonna be able to take out a bunch of these Marines. The war is gonna go down as well, and a lot of these medevacs are now going to fall. We'll try to boost back home. Still decent fight here for innovation, as long as he's not gonna lose too many workers here. I think this will be fine. This is not an army that can push this back, that's an issue. 80 workers against 83 still. End of the day, we have 6 base against 6 base. This base is, I think this is not a base you can keep actually, if your name is innovation. I mean, there's no turrets yet. These mutas are gonna fly over there right now. That's gonna be a real issue. This bottom base also isn't gonna, it's just gonna be a 5 versus 5 base scenario. I would love to see a second or even a third turret here. Get a little bit of extra damage in case mutas start harassing that base. Also means you can be a little bit slower with the pulls. Yeah, this is just a fake base to get the attention from innovation. There's not a lot of creep anymore, by the way. Queens are trying to push forward here with more creep tumors. How many queens is there left? There's 5 queens left on the map, 6 queen on the way. We have anabolic synthesis, I think it's called. Yeah, the turret is down now. This is what I was talking about. A couple of extra... Oh my god, are you joking? That was really bad for DRG, and DRG is dead. He lost. I think. That was insanely bad for him. I don't see it. Yeah, this is extremely terrible. Mine's gonna try to burrow. I mean, there's no banelings here anymore either. No big mine hits on the army of Inno actually. Yeah, this is looking really, really bad. There's almost no creep anymore. There's 2 marauders and a Thor doing damage here. I mean, what does DRG need right now? His eco is still pretty good. What he needs is he needs a fight. One of these fights where the other guy falls asleep for a couple of seconds. Have you guys seen the movie Rat Race? They're one of the contestants. What the hell happened with that medevac? He falls asleep every now and then. That could be the case here. It's a Rowan Atkinson type of guy that keeps falling asleep. It's the guy that plays Mr. B. But yeah, this is not the fight. Oh, actually, the Ultras are insane. There's not enough Marauders here. Are the Ultras doing it? You gotta be kidding me. This game makes absolutely 0 sense. What's the Mutalisk count? There's 9 Mutalisks still remaining. You have another base on the way. I mean, Inno is kind of moving out, or not moving out. It's kind of mining out at this point. Now this base is very, very vulnerable. We once again have 3-4 Marauders here, 3 mines as well. Ghost Academy on the way, 3 mines in production at a time. Oh, this is a good run by. This is a good run by. This is what we needed. Is there Adrenal? Yes, there is Adrenal. Is there 3-3? Yes, there is 3-3. Here comes Dong Rei Gu. Detonates all the mines properly. Have I been misreading the supply? No, right? Inno was winning. I have no clue what just happened. I guess the run by, and then the micro was just too good. What? He just completely blasted him. Hey, this is it. This is actually over. Did I misread the names? What happened here? 3 changelings here. I mean, this game is actually over now. Like, this base is gonna fall and this base is gonna fall. I can't believe Innovation lost. I never see him lose games like this. Whenever Inno gets ahead like that, he tends to... I think I might have misread the supply. Oh, you guys are gonna think I can't read. Oh no. I wanna rewatch that last part. I have no clue what happened there. What the heck? Okay. Inno is ahead, right? Okay, yeah, Inno is up 30 supply. Okay. Yes, this fight, he's up 40 supply. Still 30 supply. He's just constantly up 30 supply. But yeah, 10, 15. Okay, only 10 now. 20. Then the run by happens. 30 supply, basically. This fight was so sick. He basically detonated banelings on top of these mines and the army. So okay, so this happens. This is gonna kill 16 workers total. And then this fight. Is there something here? No. It's just this. I don't understand what happened here. I really don't understand what happened here. Okay, look at this fight. Look at this. Whoop. Gets those. That's 3 mines. And all of a sudden, it's over. With that detonation. And these links in there. So you already see the supply getting closer. And then bang. Just like that. There's nothing here. Too many medevacs maybe? I don't know. I don't know, guys. But that's gonna be it for today. I hope you did enjoy this video cast, the replay cast. It's gonna end with 3-1 for DRG. Oh crap! I'm so bad at this. Yeah, 3-1 for DRG. Nice. Thanks for Lambo for the valuable input. Check him out as well. Twitch.tv/LamboKing. Very friendly guy. All right. See y'all next time. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe and like. That's nice.